JJ McCarthy, you are a Minnesota Viking. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Vikings Now by Chat Sports. My name is Patrick Siepman, as Minnesota may have just gotten their QB of the future in JJ McCarthy as they traded up in the NFL draft to land the Michigan quarterback. As we're going to dive into the trade details here first, as you know, I was waiting around on draft night. You know, we saw Michael Penix be the shocker of the draft going to Atlanta, and I was sitting there saying to myself, what's going on? What are the Vikings going to do? But with the Jets on the clock, Kwesi Adofo-Mensah decided to trade up, and here are the official trade details that went down. The Vikings will still have the 23rd pick in the first round, where maybe they could address the cornerback position or they could address the defensive tackle position. But here are the full trade details. They got the 10th pick, which they took JJ McCarthy. They will get an extra 6th-rounder, but they did give up picks 11 and a 4th-rounder and a 5th-rounder. Keep in mind, the Vikings did have 2 4ths and 2 5ths, so I think this is an absolute win for Minnesota, but I want to get you guys involved here on today's show. Grade the pick, A, B, C, D, or F, down below in the comment section. I just can't believe it. JJ McCarthy is going to Minnesota. I can't wait to have the call of JJ the JJ on draft or on during game days during the season. So grade the pick for me down below in the comment section. And also, guys, make sure you guys are subscribed, because we're going to have a video coming out later today with the Vikings also having the 23rd pick still here in this year's draft. So make sure you guys do hit that subscribe button. As I'm watching JJ McCarthy on screen right now, he looks happy. He's got his family and his fiance next to him as he is going to be heading to Minnesota, and I can't wait. But let's break down JJ McCarthy. So if you guys don't know, I actually went to high school with Mr. McCarthy, the former Michigan quarterback. He was a freshman at Nazareth Academy in Chicago, Illinois, when I was a senior. And, you know, he was the scout team quarterback for a couple of the practices where I was the scout team tight end, and I've caught a couple of passes from him. But, hey, I'll tell you what, JJ, he's got a great arm. He showcases great accuracy. But the thing is with JJ, we can break down some pros and cons here. The number one thing I love about McCarthy is his potential, guys. He turned 21 years old just a couple of months ago. He is significantly younger than guys like Jaden Daniels and Michael Penix, who went above him. But the thing I love the most is his playmaking ability, the ability to make plays outside the pocket. And it has gotten himself into trouble in past games, but hey, overall, I love the playmaking ability. And the thing I love about him the most is he's been a winner at all levels. He won 2 state championships in high school. He won the national championship with Michigan this past season. He has only lost 3 games. He has only lost 3 games as a starter dating back to his freshman year of high school. Now, some cons about him. Doesn't have a lot of experience. Michigan didn't ask him to do too much last season at Michigan, since they had the best run game in the country. But also another negative, he needs to work on his touch throws. You know, everything's on a line with McCarthy, but I think with Kevin O'Connell, he will be able to work on that. Also got a slim frame. You know, rumors were out there that he, was weighing in at about 190 pounds when he was playing at Michigan, but he did weigh in at the combine at 220 pounds, so it's good, step in the right direction for him. But also he does get a little inconsistent on his ball placement in, shorter or intermediate routes. But overall, guys, this is a great pick. This was an absolute fleece job by Kwesi, because you were able to keep the 23rd pick in the draft. And, JJ McCarthy, I know he's not, a popular pick amongst the Instagram commenters. We'll get in there and we'll see, on the comments of the Vikings posting like, oh, we just drafted JJ McCarthy. People will have their opinions. He's a polarizing prospect. But I believe in him because the number one reason, I believe in the Vikings support system. You are going to Minnesota with Christian Darrisaw, Brian O'Neill, elite offensive tackles in this league. You're going to be throwing the ball to Justin Jefferson. I can't wait to have the call on game days during a watch party. JJ drops back, throws it to JJ for 6. It's going to be electric here. You also get Aaron Jones, Jordan Addison, TJ Hawkinson. I think this was the best landing spot for McCarthy. And you also have this. You have the ability to sit for a season. We know JJ. He turned 21 years of age in January. He has a chance now to just take a step back as I'm watching the damn draft coverage on ESPN right now as the crowd's erupting for JJ being drafted by Minnesota, and I can't take the damn smile off my face as the Vikings got their franchise quarterback. But overall, I absolutely love this selection of McCarthy, and I think he's really going to work out here in Minnesota. But hey, with that trade, the Vikings were able to keep the 23rd pick in the NFL draft. I thought it was no doubt if the Vikings wanted to trade up, they would have to give up picks 11 and 23. It turns out they just had to give up this year's 4th and 5th rounder. But let me know, who will be the next pick for Minnesota? If I had to call it right now, give me a little Jerzon Newton out of Illinois. That's what my guess would be. But more on JJ McCarthy coming here in a second. But first, I do want to give a big time shout out to Game Time. Download the Game Time app and use promo code CHATSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase. That's code CHATSPORTS. Use that promo code CHATSPORTS. We'll give you guys $20 off your first purchase. If you're looking to go to a Timberwolves game, a Twins baseball game, no matter what it is that requires buying a ticket, use that damn app, Game Time. And if you guys use promo code CHATSPORTS, we'll hook you guys up with $20 off your first purchase. JJ McCarthy is a Viking, and if you guys want to go see his debut in US Bank Stadium, use the promo code ChatSports with the Game Time app, and we'll hook you guys up with $20 off your first purchase. Link for that in the comment section and description of today's show. All right, let's break it down. Let's talk about JJ McCarthy a little bit here in depth. So overall, I love this pick, and I was a little nervous that the Vikings were going to have to give up maybe 11, 23, and a future first to go land the Michigan quarterback in trading up with the Los Angeles Chargers. But the Cardinals decided to stay put, take Marvin Harrison. Chargers said, we're going to stay put and take Joe Alt. Giants, they stayed at their pick number 6 and took Malik Neighbors. And then I was just kind of waiting for the Vikings to trade up. Excuse me. And then they ended up trading up one pick with the New York Jets, and they landed the Michigan quarterback, JJ McCarthy. And overall, I'm just thrilled. I think this was a great call by Minnesota. You have a quarterback who is a project. I'm not saying JJ is officially he is nowhere near his ceiling. And the thing I love about him the most, even dating back to his freshman year of high school, he has always been about football. And our very own here, Marshall Green, had an interview with JJ McCarthy when he was at IMG Academy for his senior year. He interviewed him after the game. And JJ, all he said was, when you give up your life for the game of football, it is going to end up working out. And you know what? JJ's done that so far in his career, and that's why he's been a 2-time state champion. He's been a national champion. He has been a winner at every single level, and I just can't wait to see Josh McCown, Kevin O'Connell, Wes Phillips, the Vikings offensive minds in that building just kind of craft his game. I think it's going to be special, man, and he has time to grow. I see Roger Bong in our live chat saying that, and, I totally agree. He doesn't need to play right away. He can sit for 1 year. He can sit for even 2 years if Sam Darnold ends up working out. But he just turned 21 years old a couple of months ago, and I'll make this point to round out today's show. That chip on his shoulder. This man just won a national championship. He was a big reason why Michigan went and did it. And you had Atlanta, who just took Kirk Cousins from us. Take a guy like Michael Penix Jr. ahead of him. I think Michael Penix would be a good quarterback in the NFL. I don't think he would be JJ McCarthy. You are just stacking up chips on that young man's shoulder. I think he's going to be fired up, and I think he's going to be ready to go and playing for the Vikings. I do expect him to sit the entire first season, but we'll obviously have to wait and see. But let me know, do you guys like the pick of JJ McCarthy? Give me a Y for yes or an N for no down in the comments section. Thank you guys so much for tuning into today's show. We're going to be dropping a video later on tonight breaking down the Vikings' 23rd pick in the NFL draft. So stay tuned for that. But JJ McCarthy, you are a Minnesota Viking.